Alright, boys and girls, today is lesson 4 of unit 7, and so it means that we have project. What is the project about today? It's about social studies, and you can check the video attached on the next box to learn a bit more about famous explorers. Alright, let's read these words that appear in the text to make sure that you understand before we read them within a context. High. Yeah, we see that the mountain is high. Reach, it means arrive to the top. British, the people living in Britain. Leave, go, marcha. Grateful, to be thankful. Say thank you for helping. And lead, to be the leader, go in front. Okay, be the first. Okay, in America, they don't use meters. Well, in England neither. They don't use meters. They use the measure called foot. And 1 foot equals 0.3 etc. meters. Approximately like 3, how to say that? 0.3. 0.3 meters. Because 1 foot, it's just like the measure of one of your feet. Okay, so if 1 meter it's long as let's say like you, 1 meter something, 1 foot it's much smaller. Okay, so you'll see big numbers because 1 foot is a small part of a meter. Let's start reading. Climbing Mount Everest. Mount Everest in Nepal is the highest mountain in the world. Probably you knew that, the Everest. It's over 29,000 feet high. That in meters would be approximately 8 kilometers high. Okay, 8,000 meters. In 1924, George Mallory and Andrew Irvine tried to arrive to the top of Mount Everest, but they could not do it. It was too hard. They didn't have the equipment, to get there. In 1953, 12 British mountain climbers wanted to climb to the top. The climbers camped at 26,000 feet. You cannot reach the top in one day, so you need to stop and camp before the summit, okay? 2 climbers tried to reach to the top, but they could not do it. They had to go back. Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norway left the camp on May 28th and reached the top the next day. So these 2 first climbers couldn't, but these other 2 climbers in the same group, on the day after, they could. All right, they became the first people to climb to the top of Mount Everest. So we're like the leaders, okay? They were the ones to reach the top. As you can see here, there's a picture, when these 2 climbers reached for the first time the top of Mount Everest. So, over 1,200 people have now climbed to the top of Mount Everest. A lot of people after them. They were the first ones. They had the tricks, how to do it, when is the best moment to do it, and so the other copied. In 1963, James Whittaker became the first person from the USA to reach the top. Remember, they were British, these ones. They were not American. So the first American was this one. And Junko Tabei from Japan became the first woman to reach the top in 1975. In the past, men were the ones more into these kind of adventures, but women weren't. So in this case, the first woman was a Japanese woman. In 2000, 142 climbers reached the top. All of them were grateful to Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norway for leading the way, for being the first ones. Okay, so let's see. If you remember the answers to these questions. How high is Mount Everest? Remember? Probably in feet is a bit more difficult. I told you before in kilometers. 29,000 feet high and approximately 8 kilometers high. How did Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norway became famous? Why? How? Because, yes, they were the first ones to reach the top. Yeah, they were the first climbers that reached the top of Mount Everest, the first people. How many people have climbed to the top of Mount Everest since then? How many? 1,200 people. Yeah, 1,200 is 1200. So we could also say 1,200. All right. And on what day did Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norway reach the top? Remember the date? Yes, let's have a look. All right, 28th of May, or May 28th. All right, super. Now you fill in the timeline and draw the lines. All right, so you need to tell me when these things happened and then match with a line to the correct timeline here in the middle. All right, so let's see. In 1924, George Mallory and Andrew Irvine tried to reach the top of Mount Everest. Tick, 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 24. Yeah, so it's more or less here. James Whittaker became the first person from the USA to reach the top. When was that? Remember the date? The American man in 1963. So we write here 1963, and we would put the line approximately around here, okay, between 1960 and 1970. Okay, 142 climbers reached the top. 42 climbers reached the top. When? Here, in 2,142 climbers, okay? So in 2000, it's an exact number. And when Hillary and Tenzing Norway reached the top. When? Remember the date? Yes, it was the 20th of May, but with the same group of British mountain climbers, so 1953. Yeah, 1953, and we would move the line up to somewhere around here. Yes, and Junko Tabei from Japan became the first woman to reach the top. In what year? In 1975. Very good. So we write 1975, and we draw a line right in the middle between 1970 and 1980. Okay? Excellent. So now let's do the activities related to this and then the project.